My older sister is demanding I either abort or let her adopt my baby. Now I'm terrified she might kidnap mine. I am currently 19 weeks pregnant. My partner and I are very excited, as this is our first baby and we have been trying for a few months. We announced the pregnancy a month ago at a dinner party we hosted, and everyone seemed surprised and overjoyed. My sister, Kim, immediately burst into tears and asked me how I could do this to her. I stared at her, and asked what? She started ranting, saying that I always got everything I wanted and that she knew I got pregnant just so I could rub her infertility in her face. She screamed at me for 5 minutes about how I didn't deserve to be a mother and she should be the one pregnant right now. My parents left with her soon after, and the party was basically over. I was really disturbed by my sister's reaction, because we had been pretty close before, and she had never done anything like this. Kim called me the next day, apologizing for how she acted at my announcement and asked if we could meet up for coffee. I accepted. We met up and she pretended as if nothing had happened. Then she started a big speech about her infertility, how heartbreaking it is to be growing life inside of her, just to lose it, and how she had always wanted children of her own. She then proceeded to ask me if I could consider getting an abortion, to make things fair, or letting her adopt my baby. I stared at her and asked if she was serious. She said she was. I just dropped my part of the bill on the table and left. Her husband, Liam, then texted me a rant that night about how I'd made Kim cry, and how all they wanted was to be parents. He went on about how this meant so much to them, and I owed them for being more successful than them. Keep in mind, my partner and I invested many years into our jobs, and we have worked very hard to earn what we earn now. I told them that my partner and I had been hoping for kids too and that I was not giving up my baby. He hung up. Then Kim sent me a long 4-page letter about how she had always wanted to be a mother, and could I consider either abortion or letting her adopt my baby. She told me how I should care about my older sister's happiness, how she would make a better mom, and how the oldest kid should have the first grandchild. She then told me I could always just have another baby since it was so easy for me to conceive. After that, she quieted down some, and I thought we were done with this. Except she wasn't. She had posted my sonogram on her Facebook, and captioned it "Liam and I are expecting. We can't wait to meet our little princess." I was seeing red. I texted her and demanded she take the post down. No reply. I texted Liam. No reply. So I called my mother and told her what happened. She was able to make Kim take the post down, luckily enough. Kim has called me petty for calling my mom and has continued to demand I give up my baby. I sent her a letter explaining that I had had enough of her nonsense, I am keeping my baby, and that I recommend she get some help. I added that if she continues, I will not hesitate to call the police. This weekend, however, was the absolute last straw. My mom and dad have the spare key to my house, and while she was over at their house for brunch, she took the key. While my partner and I were at work, she broke into our house and stole all the clothing, blankets, nappies, bottles, and pretty much any other item we had bought for the baby. It was later returned after my mom found it in her car. I called the police, but they told me I couldn't do anything because I had no proof and because it was all returned. My partner and I are moving in April, but I'm still scared my sister will find out where we live and take my child. I get that she's upset and jealous, due to her infertility, but that shouldn't mean I have to give up my baby. My parents know about this, and they have been doing their best to get her some help. She doesn't want to adopt, because she wants a child that's her own flesh and blood. I'm due in August, and the stress she's causing cannot and will not be good for me or the baby. My partner is looking into a cease and desist letter. Is there anything else I should do or say? I'm scared for my baby.